Definitely, how you speak and what you say depends who you are addressing. Are we a society that has become in love with selfish? Or are we really just in love with the projection of what good selfish can achieve to give us? Like we perceive our way other people, maybe we can get in our life that which we want. So we are a society that are very concerned by the way we are perceived and seen by other people, definitely. But can we be defined by others in relationship to others? How we relate, how we perceive them? I don't think so. Because I think we're defined by identity concepts. And identity comes from meaning, from finding meaning. And having come from who knows where to this universe, we have learned everything that we know, how to communicate, how to express ourselves, um, how to be perceived, our language, our customs, our enculturization, everything we have learned from outside. But the inner organic self, says Lacan from the 20th century contemporary theoretical theory, which is everything, philosophy, psychology, anything that makes knowledge about the aesthetic appreciation of beauty since Plato. And basically, Lacan says that the inner organic self, inside self, is lost because it has no language to communicate that lost object and inner self that it wishes to find, but it cannot find. So therefore, we have tried, let me see, I'm trying to record this in my little camera also. So there we are. We have lost it again. It's kind of hard to concentrate. That's what I was saying. That we communicate in relationship to who we're talking to. And if we're talking to two different audiences, can we really focus and root within so that we can express what is the need or the word to be said at the present moment in sacred space? Or are we always worried about what others going to think about what we say and thinking that we should say what they want us to say, or if they're going to prove what we say before we say it, which makes us lose our concentration and it hinders us from expressing our point of view, which is that we have meaning and the symbology or the ways of communicating that meaning is up to us. It has to be something that makes us feel complete, an object or representation. Like for me, it's my art, my symbols on my ceramic, but it could be the songs of a musician, it could be the poems of a poet, it could be the exercises of a skateboarder or bicyclist, his um, jumps that he does. It could be for a swimmer, the different backstrokes he does. It could be for a body lifter, the different exercises that he practices every day. Basically, is anything that gives a sense of completeness when you're doing it, and it roots you to who you are. It makes you feel fulfilled. So if you make those signs the meaning that you're seeking to communicate, if you discover your own language, it follows that you will find your meaning. And if you have meaning, there will become in you a new ideology. Because just like Christ said, you cannot put new wine in old sacks because it will break them. You cannot put new ideology in a mind that has no symbology and meaning. So therefore, in post-structuralism, it is said that it's very important to find new meaning of communication so that we can achieve new ideology that expresses not what we used to think, but that we are ever new, that we can. And me, I'm still stubborn. I wanna get this here to my friend too. That we can discover a new way of communication that will empower us. and will empower those that we come in contact with. It is very important. So it follows that we would practice finding meaning. And I was saying, I don't think we are defined by others or by relationship to meaning other anything that's outside self, like animals, insects, sunsets, whatever, but anything that's not self, because self definition comes from within, it doesn't come from without. So whatever you've been told that you are is not who you really are. Who you really are is what you have to find out. And for that, you have to find your own meaning. And if you're always busy wondering whether somebody is giving you value, like I'm only valued if you value me, if you miss me, if you love me, if you like me, if we're always concerned with what others think about us, we lose the point of trying to love ourselves and what we perceive of ourselves within, of who we really are. So with that, I leave you. Try and find meaning, develop a new way of communication, your own language, and it follows that the angels in heaven or the Lord life will give you a new ideology that will fill the void and the lost soldier within self, which is what makes people say, "I'm my car, I'm my money, I'm my sexuality, I'm my wife, I'm my family." But no, I am me. He who is within and who is looking to make this world a better place, to bring light, to bring awakening, and to help the homeless and the poor and the animals, and to pray for the earth, for it makes the goddess of the earth that's in sacred space. Long time ago, I will leave you with this. We were one clan and one people. We were the Clovis because of the obsidian little arrows that we used to hunt with 5,000 years before Christ. And if we didn't know what to plant, we died. So we had to watch the stars and the shadows of the trees. And then that helped us survive. So 5,000 years before Christ, there was no division. We were one people, one clan, all the Indians, all Americans. Then came the conquest, and some say it happened before in Mexico and after in Central America, which it didn't, because in 1821 Central America got independence and it became outside of Mesoamerica. Mesoamerica means Middle America, and it was all the way from the border of the United States all the way to Central America. It was the Mesoamerican area since 3,000 years before Christ. And it was until 1876 that Mexico became Mexico. So before 1876, Mexico was still one with Mesoamerica, which means we were one people. So all these divisions and borders have been made so that people can gather that land to themselves. And Mexico to California, well, United States to California from Mexico, so Mexico to Yucatan from Guatemala, for a role and a deal with a president that was never built. So in learning history, we see that we as human beings are always seeking meaning, but that lost object within our soul that drives us forward in ambition to try and find things is always unsatisfied as long as we keep on looking outside ourselves. We will not find peace and happiness, not even in a relationship, not even in love, because love and trust are so volatile. They are really true issues of the heart that anybody can break them so easily, because temptation is always luring to entice the flesh to new sensations. And unless we can conquer our senses and root within in our heart and in our spine in meditation, we will continue to want to be experiencing the thrill seeking sense bells that enlighten our nerves within the surface of our skin in all our organs. So, starting with our tongue, our sense of taste and smell and ears, they all were made to entice the life force to go outward. But through the use of the willpower in the third eye, we can channelize that energy from the sixth chakra up into the Sahasrara to the hands of God and the light, and we can be centered in the center of the four corners of the sky, the north, the south, the east, and west, the all these groceries that we all used to have in common. And you can see it still in the heavens. In the center is sacred space, and he who has his whole mind in the present moment is enlightened. Now, it is very hard But happiness and joy and love cannot be felt in the past, because the past we will never even cross a river twice in our lives. The waters move, so we only cross those waters one time. It's the same with our life. And in the future, it may never come, because the mind is pragmatic, and it was made to analyze things that have substance. Like we have to know the end equation, like in math, to make sense of it. So if we don't know the end equation, we ain't gonna find the meaning for it. Because we're gonna say, what if a cow falls from the sky, hits on my head when I come out the door? How about that? What if it's a big bird? What's a little bird? What if a horse tramples me? Or what if a car? Or what if I get sick? But I mean, there is so ifs and buts that we never know how we're going to conquer the future, except that by conquering the present and living one step at a time. And like my son says, the past doesn't have to hurt us, and we don't have to reject it or avoid thinking about it, because the past is who we have become now. So in changing ourselves, we change the past. So the past live in us is who we are. So we can change the past by changing the present, and we can change the future by changing the present. And he who has his whole inner awareness in his mind in the present moment is in sacred space. And in sacred space, you don't only connect to the North Pole wisdom angel, the South Pole practicality and success in material life, Angel Uriel or the angel of intuition, and Angel Raphael or the angel of courage. But in sacred space, you are connected to the four directions in balance, evenly, like this. The cross that is inverted, the cross of the Mayans, and the two lines, so the two paths, Ira, the Pingala, the hand, the sun and the moon, good and negative in this world. The higher you go, the lower you come down, and it's like this, the way of life. And unless you get centered in sacred space, which is the line, but it's not the line that goes outward to the four directions, it's the vertical line, the one that goes from the spine to the heavens, where Christ is, and where we go in the astral Hara Angeloka, and it goes down to and roots like in Britain, the Hawaiian, and all those cultures to the bottom of the earth. So blessed be our God, and I leave you with the promises of the covenant, which right now spontaneously are coming to my heart. Let the Lord be magnified that has pleasure in the prosperity of the servant, because it is He who gives us the power to get wealth. It is He that guides the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy hand, and the fruit of thy land. And having all that energy that He gives us, bring thanksgiving to God, to all bountifulness, and they, all your family, all your loved ones, all humanity shall be like rivers of waters planted, that give fruit in their season, and whose leaves shall not wither. I am he that leadeth thee to profit, and he that leadeth thee where thou shouldest go. Let the moon shine for joy. Let the Lord be magnified. Let the Lord be magnified. Praise the Lord. Help us, O Lord, because we don't know how long our heart is going to beat. But as long as our heart is beating, let it beat for one love, one humanity, one achievement, that of infinite ananda bliss, joy. Go in peace. Namaste. Amen.